aura to the Everything Electric show. Now, for the landlubbers amongst us, which let's face it is the majority of us, there are 33 million vessels on the world's oceans, and they're all powered either by fossil fuel or maybe wind, you could say. Well, this one is very, very different. This is the Vessev VS9, and it is the first commercial electric hydrofoil, 100% electric, no fossil fuels whatsoever. And let me tell you, it's pretty impressive. We've teamed up with Duracell Energy to celebrate their brilliant ecosystem of home energy products and their platinum homeowner offer by giving away a Duracell bunny. To win, simply watch to the end and answer a question about the Fully Charged show. So there's one electric motor pushing us, am I right there?
Yeah, it's a relatively small electric motor on the top of the foil back there.
Right.
Driving through a shaft, down to a gearbox, out to a prop. It's only about this big. When we're up foiling, it's like 60 kilowatts around there. It's the equivalent of 70 or so horsepower, which is unreal for a boat this size.
Yeah, because a 70 horsepower outboard motor is not the really big beefy one.
Nah, it's like a relatively small one.
Right. So now we're just a boat in the water.
We're just a boat, but we're just taking off. At around 12 knots, the foils actually kick in, start doing active stabilization. And as we accelerate to 19 knots, the boat will fully lift out of the water. And you just see the wake disappear behind us.
Because at the moment, that looks like a regular wake from a regular boat. There's big waves going out either side.
Just spending energy making waves.
Yeah. Where is the battery situated here? Is it underneath us here?
So there's two 49 kilowatt hour batteries on this boat, lithium iron phosphate. One's on that hull, one's on this hull, all below deck. As a commercial boat, they're D&B type approved, class certified. B, in compartments that have structural fire protection. C, there's a fire suppression in the actual sort of area itself. And D, the batteries themselves are designed to not passively propagate. So it's like a belt, suspenders, paint smock, and umbrella approach to fire safety.
Love the Everything Electric show? Then join us live in Sydney in March, or London in April, or in Vancouver, Farnborough and Melbourne in September, October and November 2025. New Zealand was the first country to create modern hydrofoiling in the 2013 America's Cup. And hydrofoiling works in a very similar way to an aeroplane wing, creating differences in pressure, which then gives lift and balances the boat's weight above the waves. It's little wonder there are some very, very big brains behind the Vessev VS9.
Hydrofoiling is not new. It's been around for over 100 years now. But what is new is 3 different new technologies. Everything from the America's Cup, carbon fiber hydrofoils, better software. Everything from the EV automotive space is trickling down to marine. Then everything from drones and robotics. And what we do over here and what this new era of hydrofoiling vessels are is a combination of these new technology streams. And that's what makes it better today. Well, it's deeply hard to do. We're making an aircraft that has to fly in a 50 centimeter altitude envelope for thousands of miles in turbulence, unimpeded, that's existing in a salty and corrosive solution. So it's not an easy challenge, but it's worthwhile. Yeah. This technology makes boats 3 to 5 times more efficient than what has come before. And there's no analogy in automotive. There's no analogy in aviation. There's nothing you can do to a car or a plane to make it 3 to 5 times more efficient. So for that reason, this technology has to play a role in the sustainable future in marine. So in terms of today, what the best applications are, if you look at the early adopter curve for this technology, it's the people who are using these vessels the most in enclosed waters that are the easiest problems to solve today. And for us, that's harbor ferry operators and tourism operators. If you think about a ferry, it's turning on at 5 a.m. in the morning, it's turning off at 10 p.m., and they're idling that thing the entire day. So that's an incredible amount of fuel use. If you look at the cost savings for this technology, it comes from 2 places. The first is it's dramatically more efficient to use electricity than fossil fuels. When you fill up a car with petrol or diesel, you're losing 60, 70% of that energy. When you fill up a car with electricity, you're getting 90% of that. And so that's a huge gain. But we have this additional secret sauce on top of that, and that's hydrofoiling. That makes the actual vehicle itself more efficient. And these multiply. You combine these 2 things. So when you combine that, you get an efficiency increase that could be up to 15 times more than what came before. We've actually seen that in testing. When we tested a fossil fuel chase boat alongside the VS9, going on a run to Waiheke, which is a local island, we put $140 in petrol in the chase boat and $8 in electricity in the VS9. So that's about a 94% gain reduction in operating costs. Fuller's 360 is our first partner. They're the largest ferry operator in New Zealand, and they have a net zero by 2040 goal. They have a fleet with 4,966 seats in it today. So it's a big job to actually identify how to decarbonize it. Key thing there is making long-range sustainable vessels that can actually do most of the routes that they do. And that's where hydrofoiling comes in. By using battery electric boats that are more efficient, we get the ranges that they actually need to deliver the services that they need to deliver. So they actually have a practical solution to what they need to do.
We're up now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the amazing thing. You can't tell, and it's so hard to describe the feeling because it's not like it now. It's not like a boat. It does not feel like any boat I've ever been on. I mean, I can feel some tiny bumpers, but it's incredibly smooth. I mean, it's not a rough day today, to be fair, is it? It's quite the water's.
No, this is a good day, but because we're above the waves, even when we do hit something, it just attenuates it out.
Yeah. So the flaps, how deep are they in the water now? Where the actual wings?
The foils themselves are about 1 meter.
Oh, right.
And the ride height's about 50 centimeters. So they're not really that submerged. We're no more submerged than a typical vessel running at speed.
Yes. So then what is the range of this particular vessel?
So this vessel has a range of 50 miles unloaded, 40 miles fully loaded. And that's just based on the energy in the batteries, the lift to drag, and the efficiency of the propulsion system. Now batteries are getting better about 7% per year. And then we're gonna make some big improvements in the propulsion system that will result in another 15% gain. So newer models will get better every year. And then the boat's made from carbon fiber. We use boat builders from the America's Cup as well as Rocket Lab, and they do incredible work. Now carbon fiber, when you use the racing applications, typically it's used super thin, minimum structure, and that's brittle. We use it in actual fixed structures that are very durable. And when you look at carbon fiber itself, it has incredible fatigue resistance. So it's gonna last an incredibly long time.
But then if it was full of people and luggage, that requires more energy to get it to do what we're doing now, to plane.
Yeah, it's just like an airplane, right? You stack more load on an airplane, and the wings need to add some more lift, which requires more propulsion. Same thing for a hydrofoil.
But 50 miles, that's fine. For the applications like you're using here for short haul ferries, I mean, that's brilliant, those.
Yeah, for commercial applications, it's great, especially because we can charge it at any marina. Now, over time, what's gonna happen is the range is gonna increase, get better and better and better. And that's gonna encompass more boating applications every year.
Yeah.
In a year from now, over here, we're gonna have a 100-passenger hydrofoiling vessel under construction. There'll be a production line of 9-meter VS9s as well operating here. Because if you look at the hydrofoil equation and sort of how to think about one of these battery electric boats, you have vessel mass, you have a percent of that that's payload, you have a percent of that that's battery, and that's all the energy that you have. You put hydrofoils on it, you get a lift to drag through the vessel, and that's kind of the math on how you get to a given range. Now, everything about this scales up proportionally. We can go up to about 40 meters with this technology, which is quite a large vessel that can handle quite significant seas.
Every now and then on the Everything Electric show, we really do see some impressive technology that's just going to change the way we do things. And the Vessev is a really good example. Amazing marine craft, really reduces the amount of energy that's needed to take passengers from one side of a harbour to another. There's hundreds of harbours like that all over the world. This is really important stuff. And the next generation, much bigger boat, 100 seats, really incredible. And as you can see, they're still tweaking it now. They've not finished, they're still refining it for the next generation that they're manufacturing at the moment. Really impressive stuff. Anyway, that's all. Please do tell your friends about the incredible stuff we see on the Everything Electric show. Please do subscribe if you haven't done already. And as always, if you have been, thank you for watching. We're really excited to partner with Duracell Energy to showcase their amazing renewable energy solutions. If you want to reduce your energy bills and join the renewable energy transition, installing home battery storage and solar panels at home is a great way to start. Duracell Energy's ecosystem of products typically partners with solar panels, but they can be used just as effectively without it, particularly for electric vehicle owners or anyone looking to take control of their energy. And with Duracell Energy's Platinum Homeowner offer, viewers can get a custom service that pairs you with top quality products and the best installers in your area. Your installation also comes with a 20-point check, a 6-month performance review, system health checks at 3 and 10-year periods, and outstanding local UK customer support every step of the way. Plus, Duracell Energy's batteries, inverters, and EV chargers work together on one easy-to-use app. With features like dynamic tariff integration and grid services, you'll be able to maximize your return. Ready to get started? You can get your quote today. And don't forget, we're also giving away a Duracell Energy Bunny in every episode. Just answer the question about fully charged by following the link in the description. Good luck!